Universal Studios Orlando, Florida is set to unveil to the public next summer its Epic Universe, something that the Walt Disney Company should be very, very scared by, because Universal could easily take the crown within the next couple of years from the Walt Disney Company in terms of park attendance. Right now, the Magic Kingdom is the only one that is beating out the existing Universal theme parks down there, and that's because of the capacity. But Epic Universe could flip that on its head, and the funniest part about it is that Disney is paying Universal for their own demise.
Renegade Online.
So, we've talked about this before. Disney right now, when I say they are literally paying the bills, funding their own demise in Florida, they are literally paying the bills, funding their own demise in Florida. I mean, it's...
So we received an email, and we're working on this with that park place to verify all of it. We got an email from someone who had looked through and figured out where all of the great Imagineers have gone. Mm-hmm. And you're exactly right. The Disney Imagineers have, I mean, they have people now, but they're all like DEI hires, like we're finding out with O'Keefe, hired by Carmen Smith. All the great ones essentially are gone. And there's three places that Disney Imagineers went to. And the three places are, number one, by far, Epic Universe, right?
Yep.
Number two, there's a huge number of people working on this American Heartland theme park that's going to Oklahoma. Yep. Way more than you might expect. And then three, there's a theme park in development that not many people have heard of before, but it could be huge if it picks up the investors, and it's called Infinity City. So there's a thing called the Infinity City project, and that's got a bunch of Imagineers working on it. There's also a virtual theme park that hasn't been announced yet, and I can't say much about it. There's a virtual theme park resort concept that would be integrated into VR headsets that has quite a number of Imagineers working on that too.
And, you know, that's funny because that was supposed to be one of the big things that we thought Disney was going to wind up doing when they had, so 2 years ago now, whatever it was, they announced their partnership with Apple on the VR headset, right? Disney was going to be a big partner with Apple to do that, and the thought was that they would have a virtual reality park. I haven't seen much more on that, but somebody's going to do it, that's for sure. Let me bring up this article here that you shared. Disney World solves its biggest theme park problem. So you want to kind of walk us through what's going on here with this from the street. You can blame Harry Potter for Walt Disney spending the past 4 years heavily investing and improving its Florida parks before the Wizarding World opened at Universal. Comcast theme park wasn't a true rival for Disney, but it is now. That's for sure.
Scroll to the bottom. It's going to say that the thing that, and this is from the street.
Yeah.
It says, when Epcot opened in 1982, the park's name was an acronym for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. It had some popular rides, World Showcase, blah, 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 blah. Keep going down. And here's what it's going to say after we drop down this next ad. Here's what it says. The answer, folks, for Epic Universe, 4 festivals that have already existed that are not brand new. And then check it out. What's it say down here, Valliant? Epcot adds a flexible space. The multi-year reimagining of Epcot has included improving its ride offerings, blah, 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 blah. But what's really going on? Scroll down one more.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down one more. There you go. Epcot's renovation became complete, however, when Disney unveiled Communicore Hall, a new flexible space at the center of the park. It may seem like a modest addition, but the ever-changing nature of the space complements the park's festival model.
No, it doesn't.
Good grief.
Not at all.
Good grief. It's a freaking empty cafeteria that people are mocking. But this is. Yeah.
And I mean, look, it goes right down to, y'all talked about this before. Look at how cheap Disney has become. The art is dying at Disney. The art it's just gone. Look at the signs that used to be at Splash Mountain versus the signs they have now for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. There's more hand-carved, just amazing-looking pieces of art. Everything is cheapening, right down to even the trash cans. And people don't think about little stuff like this, but Walt did. Walt thought about that years ago. Everything had to be a piece of art in the park. And now it's an absolute sterilized high school cafeteria cheap looking thing. Meanwhile, Epic Universe is doing what Disney was supposed to do. I was just about to ask you. Yeah, I said,
that's what's
it.
defeating Epic Universe, folks.
This is
An empty freaking
Communicore
cafeteria.
Hall. Yeah. And look at the tables and chairs. They look like tables and chairs they just bought off of Sam's Wholesale
somebody
Club.
needs to take them back to Marriott because it's rude that they stole them.
Marriott has better furniture than that.
That's true.
Come on, man. Don't be throwing Marriott under the bus. No, I mean, just look at it. It's just, that's it. It is that, terrazzo floor looking stuff with sparsely populated tables and chairs. This could be a high school cafeteria anywhere in America.
That it could. But you'll have those who want the cupcakes named after them. And you see those fluorescent lights at the top, Valliant?
Mm-hmm.
There have been articles, I kid you not. There have been videos. There have been people. People have been saying, oh, because these fluorescent lights, they have different colors. It's a callback to the rainbow tunnel that was in the Imagination Pavilion back in the 1980s.
Oh,
it's like,
shut up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They never stop. They'll say anything
I remember
to
that.
get early
I was
access.
around when that tunnel was there. I know exactly what that is. Yeah.
And it was cool.
And that ain't
it meant something different than what a rainbow tunnel would mean today.
Ooh, God, would it ever? Yeah. So, all right, let's do this. I'm going to play this new James O'Keefe clip that came out yesterday. And, oops.
Now, is this a preview of what's coming out tomorrow?
This is the 3-minute thing he put out on YouTube yesterday.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So let me make sure, matter of fact, stop screen. I got to share this as a Chrome tab. Bear with me 1 second. Okay.
No.
So,
not the Amanda Stint. No. Play the Amanda one. No, not that.
No, not
okay,
yet.
Good.
Yeah. That's happening in just a little bit. But again, with the sound off. The sound will be off for that. Because I know how much X-Wing loved that video.
Can you imagine, though, and hello, X-Wing, can you guys imagine, though, how stupid we're all supposed to... Like, they must think we're idiots that she made a song in 3 days, that she flew out to make the music video in 3 days. She got a copyright on it in 3 days. And, oh, by the way, there's a company enforcing the copyright only against the channels that she dislikes in 3 days. Because Amanda, I promise, is not sitting on her computer copyright striking people. Good grief.
All right, here we go with this 3-minute video here, and this is just James O'Keefe getting set up. The next big drop will be tomorrow. This isn't it. This is just kind of a little teaser, fun behind-the-scenes piece, but tomorrow afternoon, maybe around the same time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern, whenever it was last week, is when we're expecting this.
Do you guys work there? You wanted to talk to us? I'm sorry?
Everything okay?
No, not everything's okay.
Okay, do you want to share anything with me or anything?
Do I want to share something with you?
Yeah, just...
There's a massive story coming out inside your company.
So very careful around messaging because they don't want to get to discrimination in either direction. But certainly there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
How would they say it?
there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
We're doing a story about Disney's discrimination against people on the basis of race.
So tell me about you.
What's that?
Tell me about you.
Tell me about me? What do you want to know?
What about the story?
More about the story about me.
You.
Hi, guys, do you know what the code words are for the discriminatory hiring practices? Do you work in HR? Can we speak with the CEO?
No, unfortunately, I cannot.
How do you know?
Because he usually does appointments only.
He might want to take this meeting.
I'd advise you to contact him through emailing or online, but I can't let you guys in right now, I'm sorry.
You can't let us in? You want to know about me or about the story?
Let's hear about you.
About me? My name's James.
Hey, James. I'm Matthew.
Matthew, nice to see you. Yeah. Have you heard of James O'Keefe or O'Keefe Media?
Is that you?
Yeah.
I haven't.
No? We do the investigative undercover videos and exposing all the big companies.
What media company does work?
I don't know. Would it make a difference?
Just out of curiosity.
Is it a curious? Did they tell you to ask that question?
I'd like to know.
Just you personally? Just you personally?
Yeah.
You personally want to know? You work for Disney?
Yeah.
Oh. Have you heard of OMG, James O'Keefe?
No.
We'll reach out via email and we'll try to come back when we get the appointment.
Okay, yeah, that'd be the way to go.
Okay.
I would think we should.
Okay. We'll be back. We'll be back on Friday.
What is your affiliation? Are you guys with like Project Veritas or anything like that?
I'm the founder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm James O'Keefe.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
O'Keefe Media. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
that
familiar
guy.
with that?
I am a little bit familiar with that, yeah.
Oh, wow. What do you think about that?
Well, I can't really share my own personal
You can't share.
opinion.
They don't give you a First Amendment at Disney?
Well, I'm on the clock still, so if we want to talk after, that's
Oh.
fine too, but
Okay.
yeah, let me get
Would
in
they
touch
fire you if I guess they'd fire you if you said you were a fan of mine.
I don't know.
Check in BlackRock.
BlackRock, we did that last year. Yeah, check it out. Thank you. Some people are rather nice. He wanted me to check out BlackRock. Maybe we
I
have
like
fans
that.
inside
That's the
Disney,
great answer.
right?
Yeah.
That's a great answer from that dude. That's a little open window to say. BlackRock.
Yeah, he might get taken down for that one.
Go look BlackRock. Quick, go look at BlackRock.
So that's we're expecting more on this tomorrow. So we covered it in a special edition of the live show Thursday. We had Ron Coleman and Joe Neerman, Good Logic here, kind of giving their professional legal takes on what they were seeing, and a lot of folks out there. And James O'Keefe he has also been answering some of the, I don't want to call it criticism because but I think there's let me switch this up. I don't want to call it criticism, but I think there were some people out there that were, kind of giving him the, oh, well, we already knew about this, right? This isn't anything new. And it's like, well, but again, you've got to take into account that when it's on tape now, when it's actually something that could potentially be actionable. Check out BlackRock. There's Jonas. I was trying to find a copy because he had tweeted about this the other day. But this was some of what he said. Let me pull this up. Take that one
If
out.
nothing else, this is cathartic. It's lovely to hear, right? I mean,
Yeah.
of course it's something we already knew, but to hear it from the horse's mouth, or at least another part of the horse, I won't say on your stream, it's nice. It's nice to hear it. You know what I mean?
Tricking the horse to say it, I think, is newsworthy.
Yeah, and this was the tweet I was referring to the we already know this crowd. You may know this, but not everybody knows, right? And that's like we tell our audience out there all the time. Valliant, look, we've heard this, we've talked about this. This is just kind of a new piece of nuance or news that slaps. Yeah, but a lot of people don't know this. And when you have new viewers, new subscribers tuning into our channel and many others out there like X-Wings and Pros and Midnight's Edge, every day you got new eyeballs out there, and you got to go back and you've got to address those issues, right? And just what O'Keefe is saying here is the same thing. There's a lot of people out there that don't really know this. Let me tell you what, there's a lot of Wall Street people out there that don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Wall Street guys, how many of them do you think are watching like Geeks and Gamers or Nerdrotic or other places? They're probably not. Film Thread, everybody else. I wish they would be. They should. But chances are most of them, if maybe none of them are, they're not hearing this all the time, right? So when you have a guy like O'Keefe go out there, and now it's lending credence to, that's what all these guys on YouTube have been talking about now for years. Here's the actual proof. People need to see the truth, O'Keefe says. It needs to be reinforced repeatedly, continuously, through a different camera lens each time. Stay tuned Monday. And he was responding to a tweet, and I think he's respectful about it. Anyone remotely paying attention to pop culture has already known about this for quite some time, James. It's hardly new information. The only real news is that a VP within the company has been filmed saying the quiet parts out loud. Yeah, but that's a big piece of additional news, right?
Huge.
Because and what has happened.
Start up the lawsuit's huge. That's how big that is.
Right. And that's the point. It's one thing where everybody talks about, oh, we all knew this. It's another thing to have something that could be, like we discussed with Ron and Joe, legally actionable. And look, this was one of the things that, where is it here, where he mentioned right after the first piece dropped.
Well, while you're looking for that, I'll say this too. We've been beating this drum, right? And kudos to us. We'll pat ourselves on the back.
Mike Lee.
But listen,
Mike Lee.
We can't send someone in front of the Burbank headquarters. That's not our gig. That's not what we do. We tried it. We sent Mike. Everybody from Disney was like, yo, Mexican Iron Man, we love you. And it didn't work because he's not good at undercover. He's too popular, darn it. Too much of a YouTuber. So we need O'Keefe.
but I get it.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We all knew, but
Yeah.
like you guys said, this confirmation. The other thing we did get out of this, though, that I thought was kind of a bombshell was that the one guy who wasn't black enough for Disney to hire because he didn't look black enough for the room. That's all they wanted. They just wanted the optics. They didn't give a shit about anything else.
And
That's
we made a
actually
joke
not the only
Thursday.
case of that either. So luckily, we have a family friend with a casting agency. Can't say names, obviously, but same thing happened with a Korean family. They brought a half white, half Korean family in, and the casting agency goes, "Here you go, it's perfect." And they go, "Nope, they do not look Korean enough. They don't look Korean enough." Strange, right? I thought E was equity and inclusion with an I there. I don't know.
Nope. That's why we even made the joke Thursday, technically by what this VP said, whose LinkedIn profile vanished in real time right after that video dropped. But he, we said, well, based on what he said about this person not being black enough for the job, it's like, well, if that's the case, Barack Obama wouldn't even be black enough to work at Disney. So, but it's true. That's kind of to get it across, because specifically this individual was, half black or whatever they called it in the expose. And I'm like, well, that's it's like, what do you do here? It's so silly. But this is the thing that came out after this, or not long after that video came out, about 6 hours after that video came out that day. And this is what's important about it, kids watching. This is what matters. This is what you want to have happen, because this will make the difference, right? You get a guy on hidden camera, but now Disney sources inside the company are reaching out to us on our signal lines, meaning that other employees at the Walt Disney Company, within hours of this piece coming out, and just the first part, we don't know what else exactly is coming yet, but other people are out there reaching out to O'Keefe, probably, I'm betting, to share their stories that they were racially discriminated against in a hiring or promotion practice at Disney. I would have to guess. This
guy's going to get higher viewership than Hot D. Like, I'm looking forward to episode 2 more than Hot D episode 2. I'm really excited.
Well, we're going to find out tomorrow what the rest of this is. But yeah, as it stands right now, it's a hell of a start to the story, and can't wait to see how this is going to shake out. Make sure you're subscribed to Valliant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.